Morning. There we go. Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Going to be a warm day today. 73 degrees out there in some areas, somewhere 69 to 73 throughout the valley this morning. Full sunshine today. We're going to see temperatures, look at there, 93 for your high and 95 for your high tomorrow. No rain to worry about until possibly Thursday. Looks like we could have just a pop-up scattered thunderstorm or scattered shower, that is. And Friday, cloudy skies. 230-4988 does get Frank this morning. I'm here with Dr. Jan White. How are you?
Great.
Good. Now, you were talking about elderly and water.
Well, water and the heat.
Water and the heat.
Right.
We always talk about the elderly.
Right, right. So I talked about this in 2008. And in,
Keep up with that?
in 2010. So I thought, it's way overdue.
Round its course.
And the heat is here early. May was really cold, and now all of a sudden it's way hot.
Way hot.
So today 93, tomorrow 95, and then when you factor in the humidity, it's actually the ambient temperature is much higher. So how is this related to older adults? Their needs are unique. Okay,
They're not going to want to turn that air on. They want to conserve energy.
Right. That's a problem because there are websites, and I've seen commercials on television telling people to keep the temperature, the thermostat, at about 76, 77. Not for older adults. That is dangerous.
And I wonder why they don't have a little stipulation.
They may not know.
Have all that.
I don't know. But here's why this is important, because during heat waves like we're having now, there are usually 50% more deaths among older adults because they don't really know how to handle this. When it's humid and when the temperature exceeds 98 degrees, that's when it's the most dangerous. So tomorrow it's going to be 95. With the humidity, it may be 98. So keep the thermostat at 72.
Now you're going to have to do some convincing to make them do that.
I know, and here's why it's dangerous. First of all, there's three big reasons why older adults are at risk. First of all, the trigger in the brain for thirst is diminished. So, your brain doesn't work as good as it did when you're young. So you need to drink a lot of water. Don't wait until you're thirsty because then you're in trouble. So remember the rule of 65-65. If you're 65 years old, you need 65 ounces of liquid a day. And it can be water, it can be unsweetened decaf iced tea.
What about alcohol?
And not alcohol,
Not
Jamie.
alcohol.
This is a quart water bottle that you can buy at any dollar store, any supermarket. So you drink one of these in the morning and one of these in the afternoon.
Make sure you go through two
Just
of them.
continually drink. Don't wait until you're feeling thirsty, then it's too late. So drink that all day. And the second thing is your internal thermostat is not as efficient. Now, it's just like the wall thermostat that, if it's really old, it's not going to work as well either. But a brand new one, works really great. So the internal thermostat is faulty. So even though the thermostat may be set on, say, 76, an older adult might feel very comfortable, but that is not good. That is dangerous. Because what happens is, and especially people who have chronic conditions, your body has to work to keep it cool. And so you're sitting there thinking, oh, well, I feel just great. And then all of a sudden you're getting a little bit confused. It's because your heart and all of your systems are having to work to try and keep you cool. So you're right. It's an overload. And third, the body of an older adult is less able to produce sweat. And you need sweat because sweat cools you. It's just like if you eat jalapeno peppers on a hot day, you start sweating. That's actually a way to cool yourself.
Really?
Yes.
I'd have never thought that.
Right. So you want to be able, again, it's related to keeping the temperature down and to drinking all that water. There are three conditions related to heat. Okay. First of all, heat cramps. So if you start feeling dizzy and you get cramps, drink plenty of fluids. And please do not mow the lawn, at high noon. I see older adults out there, at 12:30 and it's 98 degrees. I'm thinking, you idiot, go in, wait until it's, they don't know how dangerous this is. Okay, so drink plenty of fluids for heat cramps and dizziness and sweating. Heat exhaustion is you're feeling thirsty, weak, dizzy, nausea, vomiting, and disoriented. Again, drink, and get into a cool area. Now, the next one is a 911 emergency, and that is a heat stroke. That is where the body temperature is so high that there's no more sweat produced, and it is very dangerous. So it's 911.
Will they know they're going through heat stroke, though?
Maybe not. So if you're around someone and they start getting very sick and you see that they're not sweating, 911. Or even,
Well, don't
if you're
take
an
a
older
chance, just,
adult
yeah.
and you think you're in trouble, call 911. It's better to call
Than not.
than to be really,
Really
sick or
sick.
dead. Okay, there are risk factors related to heat
No truer statement,
and
Jan.
older adults. Some of the risk factors.
Okay.
Low income, because people with a low income, and there are a lot of low income older adults, they put that
On a budget.
thermostat on 77, dangerous. If you're low income and you can't afford to pay your bill, call the utility company and see what can be worked out. Explain your situation. Chronic health conditions, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes. People without air conditioning, they're at greater risk, of course. People, and Jamie, you brought this up, alcoholism, because they're impaired and they can't think their way
Definitely.
through it. People with dementia and mental disorders, and people living in a building built before 1970, because then the insulation is very poor.
Make sure asbestos and all that good stuff. too.
Right. And so some other things, if you can get a fan, get a mister, mist yourself, wear light clothing, take cool showers, all of these are precautions.
Good.
So start doing
Drink
these things
lots of water.
now. Right, and the water is very important. Start doing these things now, and if you have an older neighbor or relative, please check on them, because this is very important. They may not realize they're in trouble.
And they may not have someone that can check on them regularly.
Right.
Good.
Right, so be a good neighbor, be a
Frank?
good relative.
We check on Frank often.
Good.
Sometimes. Okay.
Good.
Thank you, Jan.
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Jan White, usually with us on Tuesdays. I know you'll be not with us here coming up soon, but hope you have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
And we're getting ready to take a break. When we get back, Harold Wells is here, and I'm sure Jamie will have something interesting to tell us. Stay with us.